So you guys know that Haley and I resell items that we find at flea markets, garage sales, Goodwill bins, stuff like that. But the problem with that stuff is that you have to go out and find each item individually. And even if you find something good, once you sell it, it's gone. And that is not something that is very, scalable and sustainable without constant work. So near the end of last year, I started thinking about how we can find wholesale, replenishable, and ideally consumable products that we could add to our reselling business. So the first idea that I had that actually came to fruition pretty quickly was a Hairy Tornado hot sauce. We did a little bit of research. We found a hot sauce manufacturer that could make the sauce and bottle it for us, and we just put our own logo on there with Hairy Tornado's got our dogs on there. It's cute. It's a cute label. And this has been going really well. I think by the time we buy the bottle as well as the shipping supplies, the special boxes to ship it in, we have like about $5.25 into each bottle, like after everything is said and done. And on average, we probably sell them for about $12. We auction them, so it's hard to track individually. But sometimes they go for $8 or $9. Sometimes they go for $15 or $18. It just depends on how excited people are to buy the hot sauce on the show. So this has been going very well, and it started off really well. So I was like, okay, what else can we buy that's even more widely needed than hot sauce? And that's when I thought of soap. I do want to give a shout out to my friend Ryan from Renzy, RNZY on Instagram and Whatnot, because they also started implementing a lot of these wholesale items into their Whatnot shows. They even sell a goat milk soap that they source from a local soap manufacturer up in Maine where they're located. I think they do popcorn and like maple syrup and all this different type of stuff as well. And while the margins are typically smaller when it comes to wholesale stuff, again, it's just really nice to be able to order it in bulk and sell it and have it be replenishable and consumable. Like soap and maple syrup, popcorn, all this stuff is stuff that people can buy. They can use, eat, whatever, enjoy, consume, and then if they like it, they can come back and buy more. It's not like you're selling cars or iPhones or whatever, where one person only needs that one item. So at first we started working with one of our friends from church camp who has a small like soap business. They make soaps and sugar scrubs and all this different type of stuff that they take to farmers markets. And we started ordering some wholesale from them, but we sold that very quickly. Like we took all the soap they could make in like the course of a month and we sold it in one Whatnot show. So we realized that they didn't want this to be a full-time job, and we didn't want to put like pressure on them to do stuff they didn't want to do. I told them that we would buy as much soap as they could make, but we quickly realized that it just wasn't a good fit for either of us. So I did some research and ordered 2 different wholesale soap batches from 2 different online soap manufacturers, and I was just going to see, compare the quality and the price point of each one once we received it to see which company we would move forward with in the future. So the first company we ordered from was called Bulk Apothecary, and then we ordered a separate order from Adams Wholesale Soap, and I just wanted to see, how fast they would get it delivered. We ordered about the same amount of stuff from each company, so we were comparing delivery times, overall quality, and price point of the products that we got. And I was immediately impressed with Adams because we got their order delivered to our house in about 48 hours, whereas Bulk Apothecary took, like 3 weeks. We had time to get the first Adams order, sell everything, order another order, get that order delivered, and sell all that stuff before Bulk Apothecary delivered the first order at all. So I was immediately impressed with Adams. So I think we ended up just giving away a lot of the Bulk Apothecary stuff. It was also not as artisan. Like the Adams stuff that we use now, it's like hand cut. It looks like handmade soap as it should. But the Bulk Apothecary stuff was like perfect rectangles, kind of like this box, So it didn't have that handmade feel to it. So we didn't order anything else from Bulk Apothecary, and then we started ordering from Adams. And over the time, we have expanded into different products. We started with soap, then we got some beard balm, body cream, which is sort of like a lotion or whatever. We got some of this sugar scrub stuff. I think it's you like scrub it on your skin, whatever, when you're in the shower to exfoliate. We got some bath bombs, and our most recent addition has been lip balms. And all of this is manufactured by that small company, family-owned business in North Carolina. I did have some concerns about Adams in the very beginning because I just didn't want to have another issue with when you see small family-owned business, you don't really know how big that is. I didn't want to have another issue where they wouldn't be able to keep up with the volume of soap we needed, like the issue we had working with our friend's business. But although they are small and family owned, they are very good at keeping up with volume. I think they have over 15,000 clients nationwide, so they have a lot of soap. We've never once placed an order that they weren't able to fulfill. I mean, we order thousands of bars at a time now, and they still have them at our house within 2 days. Adams Wholesale Soap is specifically a wholesale supplier. It says on their website you're not even allowed to use their name or logo on the products that you buy. You have to make it your own brand of product. So when it comes to the soaps, that was what we started out with. We made this little, actually just used ChatGPT to make, Hairy Tornado soap logo. It actually turned out pretty good. People have always, complimented us on the logo. So shout out the robots. They do a great job with that these days. We also have some stickers for our Haley Tornado body cream. Those didn't turn out super great. I'm probably going to redo those once we run out of this batch. But they also offer the ability to, put generic labels and stuff. Like they won't label it as Adams, but they'll put what it is. This is a natural butterscotch beeswax lip balm. It's got the little seal on there and the ingredient list. So sometimes, usually that's extra. Like you pay an extra 10 cents per lip balm, or an extra, like with the beard balms, like I think you could put like a generic label on the front and an ingredient label on the back. But I was like, I don't need the label on the front because we did these Hairy Tornado beard balm stickers on there, but I didn't want to have to deal with the ingredients. So I just asked them if they could do that. Put the ingredient label in there. And they did. Turned out really nice. And I think the ingredient label was like, an extra 10 cents or 15 cents or whatever per balm, which is really not that bad. So in terms of how much money we actually spend on each of these wholesale items, we got the soap, the beard balm, the body cream, the sugar scrub, the bath bombs, and the lip balm. It really depends on how much we buy as well as what our current discount is. So Adams, they have like a rewards program. For every dollar you spend, you earn a point, and so many points gets you 1% off, and it's like a rolling 90-day total type thing. So I think right now we're at like an 8% discount on our order. We also get free shipping if we order more than $175 at a time, which we definitely do that. And then we don't pay sales tax because we have our reseller certificate or whatever that is. So I think by the time we get these boxes from them too. So we buy the soap. You can get the soap in loaves or cut into pieces. And then we have to buy, you don't have to buy the boxes from them, but we do because it's custom boxes made specifically for their type of soap. We pay for these labels and we pay for the back labels. So by the time we do all that, the soap, the box, and 2 labels, each bar of soap cost us on average, I'd say about $2.45 roughly. Some of the soap, not all the soap is the same price, like it depends on the ingredients. Some of the loaves, a loaf is 10 bars of soap. Some of the loaves can be as cheap as $16, $17 wholesale and as high as like $29 depending on the cost of the ingredients. So on average, looking at everything we bought so far, I'd say, let's round it up. Let's say $2.50 on each bar of soap. I think these cost us about $5.50. Not super profitable on these. It is specific for men only. So I'm not sure if we're going to continue these in the future. The body cream is about the same. It's about $5. There's a huge horse fly just landed on my leg. Anyway. Body creams are about the same. I'd say about $5.50 for these. Sometimes they do well. Sometimes they go for like $12 to $15. Sometimes they go for $7 or $8. So we'll probably keep doing this particular scent. This is the Love Spell scent, but I don't think we'll expand this product category into other scents. With the Love Spell Sugar Scrub, this is just the generic label. I think we got like 50 or 60 of these as a trial run to see how they do. And while they do sell, the problem with these is that they weigh over a pound once you put them in a bag to prevent any leaks and a little bit of bubble wrap, stuff like that. And a 1 pound item on Whatnot costs $9.21 to ship. And it's really hard to get somebody to pay, $10 or $15 or something like this, plus $9 on top of shipping. All the other stuff we have is under a pound, especially the lip balms. It's super cheap to ship. So it's just easier to get people to buy it when they don't have to pay so much in shipping for one single item. So I think we've only got maybe 10 or 12 of these left. Once they sell out, we're probably not going to order anymore. The bath bombs were an experiment as well. We got 3 different scents of those. I think they have 15 or 20 to choose from. This is pomegranate pear. We have a midnight jasmine over here, and I think we had some love spells, but I'm pretty sure we sold all the love spells. These cost us $1.80 to buy wholesale, and they're okay. We don't really want to sell one of them because it's just one bath bomb, but they're kind of heavy. So if you put, I think 2 weigh like 11 ounces and 3 would put it over a pound. So it's like, I think 3 is the best value, the best bang for our customers' buck. But again, they don't want to spend $9.21 to ship 3 bath bombs. So we've been kind of bundling them with stuff. Maybe we'll do like a bath bomb and a soap and a lip balm or something. So I don't know. It's been okay, but none of this is as profitable as the soap. The soap is by far the best. I also forgot to talk about the lip balms. They have a ton of different flavors to choose from. This is banana. We've had peppermint tea tree, raspberry, wildberry, grape. butterscotch, hazelnut latte, like all sorts of really interesting flavors. They all come like this with little labels and seals and stuff. The only issue we have with these is that now that it's getting into the summer months, we are worried that some of them might start melting in people's mailboxes or whatever if they leave their mail in there too long. So I'm not sure we're going to order more of these in the summer. We still have plenty. I think there might be some down there. There's couple over there. That whole box is filled with them. Sometimes we sell them in bundles, like I'll get 3 or 5 of them mixed together at different scents and run those as an auction. Sometimes that goes for like $10 or so. Sometimes it goes as high as 15 or 20. Again, it just kind of depends on who's in the show and how badly they want the lip balm. But each one of these, I think full price, they're like $1.20 per stick labeled, but with our discount, I think it brings it down to $1 each. So it's a very low cost item. But it's low margins as well. Like it's hard to get people to spend more than $3 or $4 on a single thing of chapstick. So that's why we've been, trying to bundle these together or bundle multiple of these products together to make, the customer's purchase the most worthwhile. And people love the lip balm. We've got a lot of positive reviews on this stuff. I think the only issue we've had so far is sometimes the labels start peeling off. Like you'll see this one right here. I don't know if they just didn't put it on all the way or what, but it just kind of peels off like that. We just push it down, not a huge issue. Seal it up, and it's good to go. So we'll probably continue to sell the lip balm, but we will probably discontinue selling the sugar scrub and maybe the bath bombs. We might experiment with some different flavor bath bombs to see if those do any better. But it's just all about finding that solid price point between like something that's profitable enough for us, lightweight enough to have cheap shipping, and obviously something that's high quality enough for people to buy it, use it, love it, and want to come back and buy it again, because that's the whole point of having wholesale consumable products, to get the same customers back to continue buying from you. So I'm going to schedule a quick soap whatnot show right now. Sometimes we do shows like every Monday night. We do a show at 7 p.m. And those usually have a really good turnout, 400 to 500 people, and the soap that we sell in those shows probably goes for like $15 a bar on average. So obviously it's really good, $2.50 and $15. But a daytime show gives us a much more like realistic number of soaps in terms of like the prices that we sell for. So on the table right here, we have little spots 1 through 49. If we sell single bars of soap, like as we, we'll do a whatnot listing, single bar soap, quantity of 49, and as we sell whatnot numbers, then like soap 1, soap 2, soap 1 goes there, soap 2 goes there, blah 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 blah. So I'm going to do a show today. It's a random, what day is it? Wednesday? Random Wednesday. We're going to sell at least 49 soaps, maybe some more. We've got some more storage spaces over there, and just to get like a good average selling price of a normal weekday soap show. We'll definitely have less than 400 people in the show. A lot of the people that show up will probably already have some of our soap. So I think we'll see some lower prices today, but still profitable. Like I think it's important and whatnot to not start items off at a price that you could lose money at. So when we do single soaps on Mondays, we start them at $2 because we have enough people to bid it up. But on the weekdays with shows like this, we'll probably start them off at $5 because if we start one off at $5, it sells for $5, we'll still make, a couple bucks or so. Whereas if we started at $2 and it sold for $3, we might not make any money at all after fees. And we are not in the business of losing money. The Whatnot show is scheduled, and I'm excited to get some of the soap sold. I don't think a $5 start on a handmade bar of soap is that crazy. If you look at similar soaps in the marketplace, like Dr. Squatch and Duke Cannon, stuff like that, those single bars of soaps are $8, $9 in the store, and people, they've done millions of dollars in sales. So it's not crazy to think that people can spend this much money on a single bar of soap. Also, not even including the fact that this soap is kind of like our merch for our YouTube channel and the brand that we've built over the last 5 or 6 years of doing this. This is the Hairy Tornado soap, and this soap is way more profitable than the t-shirts and hoodies we used to do in the past. And I think it's because the ask, like what you're asking your customers to buy, the amount of money you're asking them to spend on you, is so much less than a hoodie. We used to do hoodies, I don't know, like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, that were print on demand, meaning that we didn't have the hoodies in stock. We just listed them on our website. And then when somebody would buy them, the company would manufacture it in whatever color and size that they want and send it to them on our behalf. But those hoodies cost a ton of money. Like I think our costs, they were Champions, they were nicer brands, but I think our costs were like $51 per hoodie. So we had to price it at a price that was profitable, but I didn't want to ask somebody to spend $70 on a hoodie. So we put them in at I think $59, and that was plus shipping. So somebody's spending $59 plus shipping, probably close to $70 still on a hoodie, and we're making like $7 in profit. That's such a huge ask for such a small benefit on our part. Whereas the soap is small. Somebody can spend $8 plus shipping on a bar of soap. That's a relatively low cost for them, and we're still making $4 or $5 in profit per bar. So it's worked out for us really well, and I think the viewers of the YouTube channel and the customers that come to shop with us and whatnot are enjoying it as well. At least it seems that way. We've been selling a lot of soap. So our Whatnot show starts in like 60 seconds, so I don't have a lot of time to talk about this, but we got some scents set up right here. We've got the popular ones, Gardenia. We got some Love Spell. We got some manly ones like Deep Sea and all that different types of stuff. Father's Day is coming up, I think, so we got to get some stuff for the dads. We also have expanded the soap business a little bit. Our friend Pat Dees, who has a 3D printing company, actually came up with the idea of making 3D printed custom Harry Tornado soap dishes that we buy from him on his Whatnot show. So this is a new box of them that we just opened up. They're all individually bubble wrapped, but they're just like little, here, let's open one and show it to you. They're 3D printed in two parts. So we have the insert tray, which is what the soap actually sits on, and then the base, which he put Harry Tornado soap in there and his little Print D's logo on the back. These have been going very well because they're low cost. We pay him $5 a piece for these on Whatnot, and we actually have a lot of Whatnot credit from all of you guys that have joined Whatnot over the years. So we actually don't pay anything out of pocket other than shipping. So we got, I think there's 100 in this box, and not including Whatnot credit, we spent $9.21 on 100 of them. So it's almost all pure profit. And sometimes these do really well. Sometimes these sell for like $20 a piece.
Yeah.
Sometimes they sell for $5.
This is a newer one I wanted to show you guys. It's almost like iridescent. I don't even know what you would call it, but he does a lot of different cool colors for us. We've asked for some that like actually match our soap. He made like a green and red one kind of for our like strawberry soap. We did a limited drop of cotton candy.
The cotton candies one, those did
that was like blue and pink. So we're trying like fun, different things. And these are really great for people's soap because like it keeps it off of the counter. It keeps it like your counter from getting gross because the soap can come off and get all like stringy and stuff.
If it's wet when it goes on the counter and it dries, it sticks to the counter and then you gotta pry it off. So
yeah, these are great.
We've sold a ton of these. And again, they're basically free. It can't get any better than that. So we'll sell some soaps in today's show, as well as some of these soap dishes. The soaps cost us an average of $2.50 per bar after everything's said and done. The dishes, let's call them $5, even though it's Whatnot credit, So we'll let you know our total profit after fees and cost of goods at the end of the show. So we just finished that Whatnot show. I forgot to screen record it. Sorry. We do post most of our Monday night Whatnot auctions on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see what an auction looks like, you can go back and watch one of those. But we filled up all these spots with mainly single soaps. A couple people we felt like maybe paid a little too much for their soap, or they specifically asked for like an extra sticker. So we added some stickers in there. And these two were bundles of the beard balm and a soap. So we filled all 49 spots with that, and then we filled up the entire orange section of the cart. There's 64 spaces, 32 on each side, with either a single bar of soap or one of our soap dishes. So now I've got to kind of go through and see exactly what we sold to get to the total. But the total sales, 113 items sold for $1,152.60. So I need to go print the labels real fast and see exactly what we made, like after fees and shipping and all that, and then kind of give you the price breakdown from there. So I printed all the labels, and after Whatnot fees and a little bit of coupon spend, we have like a rewards program on Whatnot. So as people unlock coupons, it's either like $5 off or 20% off or whatever. But after we take out all that stuff, we're left with a net revenue of $990.01. And then we have to take out our cost of goods on all the stuff we sold. So looking at kind of like a breakdown of everything, we sold 2 of the beard balms, even though it was part of the like a bundle, but we still sold 2 beard balms. We sold 99 individual bars of soap and 14 soap dishes. So the soap dishes cost us, let's say $70, even though again we bought it with the Whatnot credit, so we didn't actually pay out of pocket for it, but $5 a piece, $70 for those. The 99 bars of soap cost us about $247.50. Again, that's $250 times 99, and then the 2 beard balms, $5.50 a piece on those. That's a total of $11. So the total cost of goods for this Whatnot show was $328.50, and we take that out of the $990.01 that we're left with after fees and coupon spending. We're left with a profit on this show of $661.51. And that show, like actually selling things, took maybe an hour or so. We started at 210 and it's 325 now, and it's been over for a while. So think about an hour of doing it. And we also have the time of like boxing all the soaps. So we get the soaps like cut up into loaves, but we still have to take the individual bars, make the boxes. The boxes come like flat. So we assemble the boxes, put the soap in the box, close the box, and then put the stickers on. And usually we can do like, I don't know, Haley, how many soaps do you think you could process in an hour? Like opening the boxes, building the boxes, putting the soap in, and putting the stickers on. What do you think is a reasonable number?
That is a tough question. I think usually when I sit down and like do a bunch of soaps, I'm usually doing it for about 3 hours, and maybe I can do, I don't know, it's such a hard question.
I was thinking like about like 100 bars an hour. Do you think
That's a little, that's kind of a lot though.
It doesn't take it doesn't take a minute to do a soap. Okay, a soap a minute would be 60 an hour. But I think you could do more than one a minute. I want this video to be as accurate as possible, so I'm going to box the soap right now so you can see exactly how much time it takes to process one. I don't have any of the ingredients, so I'll have to put 2 stickers on. So you open the box.
I do have some of these boxes. I have Harry Tornadoes stickers on them.
Oh, that's cheating.
That's cheating? I'm sorry.
So they come in these, we pull out the thing, we take one of our flat boxes, open it up, put the soap in, close it up. We take our Harry Tornado stickers on the wheel thing. We peel that off. Put it on straight. Put it on straight. And then we would also take off another sticker, pretending, and then put the ingredient on there, and then we go. How long did that take? Like 20 seconds? So let's say you do 2 a minute, which is actually pretty slow. In an hour, you could do 120. And so we sold 99 today. So that was like 45 minutes worth of processing time. Do you think that's reasonable? Mm-hmm. So let's say it took us 45 minutes to process all that soap, an hour to sell it, and probably another hour or so for Kim to ship it. So let's round up. Let's say 3 hours worth of work for $661 or whatever I said earlier. It's pretty good. So I texted our bookkeeper earlier. I could look on the books and see for myself, but I'm like, I pay you to do this. So I texted her and I was like, hey, can you look and tell me how much money we have spent with Adam's Wholesale soap this year? I think it's around $6,000 or $7,000, but I wanted to double check. So shout out Morgan at Ever Leslie Bookkeeping. She responded, said, yeah, for sure. Let me pull it up real quick. Haley, guess what the total is? Guess how much money we've spent this year since January on all this stuff. The soap, it's the sugar scrubs, the beard balms.
Yeah, the other stuff adds up.
The boxes.
Okay.
We bought boxes in bulk. So like the boxes were like 18 cents a piece. Mm-hmm. But if you bought like 1,000 or more, it gets cheaper. And 5,000 or more, I think 5,000 or more goes to like 8 cents. I'm like, well, we'd probably sell.
Yeah.
It's worth it. So we bought 5,000 boxes, and that alone was like, I don't know, $500 or $600 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe
it was
closer
a lot.
To 1,000 actually.
Don't look. How much do you think we spent?
I don't know. Okay, the sugar scrubs and all that, that's pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm. It's like a lot more than I thought.
8,000 maybe?
We spent $13,553.
Wow. Can you imagine like going back to yourself like 5 years ago and
spending $13,000 on soap in 5 months?
The first year that we were married, Josh made like $10,000. So
Less
we
than
spent
that.
more.
My taxable income was $9,800.
Yeah, we spent more in like soap and all those products than you did in the first year we were married.
That's crazy. But obviously it's worth it. Like we
Yes.
buy the soap, we sell it. Sometimes in our Monday Night Whatnot shows, we'll do like buy it now drops on soap. So if we have like 30 watermelon lemonade soaps, instead of running them as 30 individual auctions, we'll just put them in the buy it now for like $9, which is cheaper than they would sell if we auction them. But it's a way for us to move a lot of soap really quickly and give people good deals. Like, hey, this is a discounted price. Get it while it's hot. Last Monday we sold probably 50 bars of soap like that in 5 different, or 2 or 3 different buy now drops. So needless to say, adding the soap to our reselling business model has been a good move. I was worried that people would be excited about it in the beginning, and then it slowly would just kind of like lose its luster and people would be over it or whatever. But I think today's show proved it. I mean, it's an afternoon whatnot show, unscheduled, unplanned. At one point we had less than 100 people in there, which is still a lot of people. I get that. I'm appreciative. But compared to our Monday night shows where we have 400 or 500 people, a much smaller turnout. Middle of the day, people are working, people are doing the stuff, and we still made $600 in an hour.
It's good
660. It is really good soap.
Yeah.
And people it's working out exactly as we planned. People are buying it, they're enjoying it, they want to support our business for whatever reason, and they're using it. They use up the soap and then they run out and then they come buy more. Are they spending a little bit more than they would on soap at the grocery store or whatever? Yeah, but I think it's better soap and it's basically supporting a small business like us. So we're going to keep selling soap as long as Adam's Wholesale Soap keeps selling it to us and as long as you guys keep buying it.
Yes.
So again, all in all, I think this was a really solid business move, and I think this is a as transparent of a look as I can give you guys into the soap aspect of our business. So if you've enjoyed the video, definitely let us know. Drop a comment down below, hit the like button, and if you guys want, if you have any other questions that we didn't cover in the video about this side of things,
let us know.
Let us know. We'll tell you everything. I'm an open book. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But I thank you guys for watching. You're the best. We will catch you on the next one.